see, I've got lipstick on that side of my mug. On this side of my mug, Merry and Bright. On this side of my mug, Mickey. Because yes, you remember I went to Disney. So I guess earlier when I was holding my mug, I was holding it in this hand and I've got lipstick on it. And now it's on my finger. Welcome. Welcome, welcome everybody. This is, and just in case you're a first-time viewer, this is a podcast about crafting, mainly. Some bits of cottage life sprinkled in. I'm coming to you from the state of North Carolina in the US of A. And it is fall, inching towards winter. We've just finished up Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're stateside. It was nice and small here. The food was awful. It was my first Thanksgiving of, the food was bad. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I think because my heart wasn't in it. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of the whole year because there's no expectations other than good food. And typically I prepare for days. Well, when I went to Disney, I came back with strep throat, which is a story I will tell all in and of itself. So I was recovering from that, and another Grandy had been sick, and I had been taking care of him, and it was just a bunch of busyness up into Thanksgiving. And so I guess my heart wasn't into the cooking, and you could tell. No one else, they were all kind. And my daughters cooked great stuff. What they cooked was good. What I cooked was eh. But anyway, it was a nice relaxing day with my little family. Typically I have a house full, but my daughter is a nurse, and she doesn't always have Thanksgiving off. So last year, I decided that I wanted to wait until she got home to have Thanksgiving. So that kind of weeded out. I didn't have a house full. I just had our little family, and we did it like at 8 o'clock at night. But it was fun. We sat around the fire pit. That was last year. This year she did have off, but because I wasn't used to have, I didn't have a house full last year. So this year I just kind of thought I'll just keep it small again. And it's a good thing because this house has been full of germs of, ugh, you name it. We've had it. Well, that's not true. It could have been worse. But anyway, Thanksgiving. So I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, so since I was last on here, I went to Disney with my daughter and her 2 girls. I'm not a Disney lover. I will just tell you that up front. But I had so much fun. Period. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. It was fun watching the Grandies and their excitement. And I tell you the truth, I don't know who was more excited about it, my daughter or my Grandies. I mean, she is a little kid there. And so that was fun watching her. And it was all decorated for Christmas, and they were playing Christmas music everywhere, and they were producing snow, and it was magical. So I did have fun, even though I'm not a Disney lover. I had a great time. I discovered I had not been there since our kids were small. And they were probably the age of my Grandies when we took them. We took them one time, and it was in the dead of summer, like July. And I remember my husband and I were so hot, so miserable, that we said then, we're not coming back until we have grandchildren. And true to our word, we couldn't even convince him to go back with us this time. So we went, and thinking November, good time to go. Kids are in school, probably not a lot of vacationers. It won't be as crowded. It won't be hot. It was so crowded, and it was so hot that I had packed like jeans and stuff, but thankfully I had thrown in a couple skirts, and I had to rewear the skirts because it was so hot. But I think the last 3 or 4 days, it did cool down enough to, if I had my jeans and a t-shirt on, I was as hot as I had been the first part of the week when we were there in a skirt, if that makes sense. But it was beautiful, and it got me in the Christmas spirit, let me tell you. Big time. And so that was a lot of fun. Halfway through, however, so we got there on a Monday, and we didn't leave till the following Tuesday. So probably about Thursday or Friday, my daughter, probably about Thursday, she started getting strep throat, or she started getting a sore throat. And Tylenol kind of helped, took it away. So for a couple days, she took Tylenol, and then it wouldn't get any better if she didn't have Tylenol in her. So she ran to the Minute Clinic one morning, and sure enough, the rapid test said she had strep throat. So she knew right away then her youngest would have it within 24 hours. She catches strep like that. So sure enough, the next morning she had Mimi into the Minute Clinic rapid test strep. They hung really well. I don't know if it was their age or what. I think they took one afternoon off, maybe Sunday afternoon. They went back and rested for a while. Natalie and I stayed at Universal Studios, and then they came back later in the evening. So that was Sunday. All day Monday, we all went fine. We got up Tuesday morning to leave, and I woke up with a sore throat. So I texted my doctor and messaged her and said, look, this is the situation. My daughter, we're at Disney. My daughter has it. My granddaughter has it. I have a sore throat. I'm on my way into town. I knew we wouldn't be getting home till like 4 or 5. And I said, can you call in a prescription for me? Well, she didn't want to do that without doing the culture. And there's no way I could make it to her by the time she closed. So when I got home, I ran to the Minute Clinic, and they tested me. Well, it didn't come up on the rapid test, so they had to send it off to be cultured, which the cultures had already been gathered for that day, so it wasn't going to go out till the next day. So this is Tuesday. It wasn't going out until Wednesday. So they didn't call me back till Thursday to tell me that, yes, indeed, I did have strep, which I already knew. And so by that time, it had set in full-blown, and I got my antibiotics in me. But if they had listened to me, I would have been able to get those antibiotics in, and I would not have been nearly as sick. But it is what it is. I was sick clear through the weekend, and then the antibiotics kicked in, made me start feeling a little bit better. Then my grandson came down with some weird thing. We thought maybe it was the mumps. Took him to the ER. They tested for everything known, couldn't figure out anything, thought it was mumps, tested for that, didn't find out till Monday morning that it was not, or Tuesday morning that it was not that. Then a fever, and he had a fever for a couple of days. Then my granddaughter's got it. It was just like, ooh. Now my husband has some kind of cough and fever, and so it's not been fun around here. We were supposed to go to the mountains yesterday to get our tree. The whole family, all 8.5 of us, were going to go off to the mountains to pick our trees. We were going to have chili and pepperoni rolls and just make a great festive day of it. But we didn't get to go because the 2 granddaughters had fevers. So my trees are not up. And it doesn't look like I get to go to the mountains this year. That was the only weekend I think that we could all manage it. Okay, I am now interrupting this sad, sad story of all of our woes to show you we did go to, it's a tree lot, but we got our Christmas tree, and this is the one that's in our family room. So, a little wabi-sabi, which I love. It's not perfect. That's why I love real trees so much. Yeah, and that's fire. So, think about this beautiful photo while you listen to me go on and on and on about how sick we've been. Sigh. But the good news is we're all better now. Going to a tree lot here, and it won't be the same, but you know what? You just got to do what you got to do. So, have I depressed you with all of my doom and gloom? I hope not, because we've got some knitting to talk about. Remember, I was knitting the Turtle Dove by Melissa from Espostrico. And this is it. I am finished. Now, remember I was knitting it in, and let me see if I have a tag here. I think I do, and I actually have some leftovers. Okay, this is what I was knitting it in, and it was the, no, that's not it. It was the Cascade Eco. And it was old. Remember, I was telling you that I worked for this yarn. So, it's not the yarn that she uses in the pattern. I think it's probably airier and fluffier, and so it doesn't give it the drape that maybe what she used. She used Woolfolk. So I'm definitely going to knit this again in Woolfolk. As soon as I can get up to Black Mountain Yarn Shop to get some, I'm going to knit it again, because I don't think this yarn did it justice. While I love the color, I think it's great. I can't stand up here, so I'm going to post a video of it. But yeah, you can tell this just doesn't drape as nicely as I would like it to. However, it is a nice fit. I think I did the third size in. I didn't do gauge on this, so I was really iffy of what size I should knit. I'm thinking maybe I didn't knit it big enough, although it looks plenty big. I'm just wondering if I'd knitted a size bigger, it would have had a lot more positive ease, and that would have made it hang nicer. So I don't really know what to do with this Woolfolk when I buy it. I think I will do a gauge for sure. And then that way, whatever size it tells me, I will do it. Does that make sense? I knit it on 10.5s, and this is a 10. Let me think, she added short rows to this. Okay, so no, I did everything by the book. It's 3/4 length sleeves, so my next one that I knit, I'm gonna knit the sleeves exceedingly long. I want them to hit about right here. It's not that I mind this, it's just that with this yarn, it's a little bit rustic. So I definitely have to wear a long sleeve shirt under it. And I'm even wondering, like, this is just a little, ugh. I wonder if maybe I'm not even going to have to wear a turtleneck under it, which is going to make it extremely, extremely warm. But I'm fine with this side, this sleeve. I love the sweater. I cannot say, it was fast to knit. I don't know what else to say about it other than I think I just chose the wrong wool. So I will do it again. I will wear it probably quite a lot because it's comfortable. I'm not used to big sleeves like this, so there's a little pull at that, and I'm guessing I'll get used to it. Once I get used to it, I think I'll just move freely in this sweater. But right now, it's just like a little tug. But everybody else that loves it, that has knit it, seems to love it. So I just feel like it is my wool. And I'm really anxious to try it in something different. I've never knit with Woolfolk, so I don't even know what it compares. I did the rolled hem on this, and I would do the rolled hem again. I like that. I did ribbing sleeve, and maybe when I do it to here, I won't. I may just let those roll up as well. So, easy pattern, free pattern, nothing bad to say about it. I absolutely love the colors in this yarn. I love them. I feel like it goes great with my skin tone. It'll match a lot of what I wear. So, yeah, that's out of my bags. And it is, again, the Turtle Dove by Melissa of Espostrico. So, that is out of my bags. Now, one other thing is out of my bags. And it's really the reason why I wanted to hop on here, though it's going to be a short episode, because it's Christmas. And I wanted you to be able to knit this in time for Christmas if you wanted to knit it for Christmas. It is a pattern that is in this, sorry, pens and eyeglasses keep falling. Okay, it's a pattern that is in this issue of Knitting Magazine. This is December 2016. So I've had it for a while. I do not know if it's still in print. I don't know anything. I went online to try and find this pattern on Ravelry because several of you have asked me about it. I can't find it anywhere in Ravelry. I can't find it under the designer's name, under Knitting Magazine. I cannot find it. Every time I put in the title of the pattern, other patterns come up, but this one never does. So I don't know what the deal is, but it's called Into the Woods. I'm going to show you a picture of what they, how she knit it. This is her pattern. So because just in case you're not going to get a great view of my sweater when I hold it up, but as you can see, it has the Christmas trees, or the trees at the top and the bottom. I really wanted to knit it in this color, but I didn't have any in my stash, and I found some in my stash that would work, and so on a mission to use my stash, I used it, and I'm quite happy with it. But it's called Into the Woods by Pat Strong, and it's in the 2016 issue of the December issue of Knitting Magazine, if you're interested. Oh, hold on, my spindle got caught on there. Okay. I need to find the top. This is the top. Okay, so I did mine in this blue, and you can see my trees. Can you see my trees there? And my trees there. It's actually still just a little damp. It's been blocking for days. Evidently, I soaked it and didn't wring. I guess I was afraid to wring it out too much. So it's still on the drying rack, and I always try to weave my ends in after it's dried and after it's blocked. But that's it. And I'm so happy with it. I've tried it on. I love the fit. I didn't do gauge for this one either. And I don't know what's into me because I never, anytime it's a garment, I do gauge. But you know what? These are two sweaters. Might be a new thing. I might love it. But yes, I love this sweater. I did add some short rows to the back so that the neck would be higher. I wasn't crazy about how her neck fit. And I knew, I'll show you again. I knew, you really can't tell in that picture. Let me see if, okay, so like right here, you can tell. I wasn't crazy about that fit. It was more of a boat neck, and I didn't want that. So, I added some short rows to the back, and then, I think I decreased on the sides once all the decreases were done and we were going to start the ribbing. I went ahead and decreased 2 more. So I was hoping that the short rows would raise the back and the decreases would draw in the sides a little bit. And it is still a little wide, but I can live with that. It is a great fit. And the yarn I used was, sorry, I keep disappearing on you. It was a Cascade as well. It was Cascade 128. And evidently they don't have colors, but it's a color 945, oh no, yeah, 9456, I think. But, yeah, and it's same dealio. It was in my stash because I worked for this yarn. But, if you can imagine what that's going to look like, I will try to put it on and put a little video in. If not, I will post on Instagram. But if you want to make that, I knit this. I started this when we were in Disney, and I finished it. Good heavens. I finished it I know it didn't take more than 2 weeks. I know it didn't. I was pretty monogamous on it. Actually, I wasn't, because I was trying to get gauge on. I was trying to make a scarf or knit, not a scarf, a shawl. If you'll remember the Swamp Bunny Fibers yarn that I had, I wanted to do a shawl with that. It did not work out. And so I tried that forever, trying different needle sizes and everything, and I just didn't like the 2 yarns that I had together. Plus, I love that yarn from Swamp Bunny Fibers so much that I do want to make a sweater with it. So since then, I have ordered some mohair, and I'm going to put it with that yarn from Swamp Bunny Fibers, and I'm going to make a no-frills sweater with that. But, so I knit that, but other than that, I do think I was pretty monogamous, because this was finished. Yes, this is all I knit until it was finished. So 2 sweaters in a little bit of time. That's not bad. I'm so in love with this one. I'll probably wear this all the time. So I recorded that video quite a while ago. And so today I had this on, and I thought, oh, I'm going to just pop back on here and show them what this looks like on. So here it is. Can you see it? I'm using my phone and I don't even know where I'm supposed to be looking. But yes, this is the Into the Woods sweater that I told you about. See those trees? I am so in love with this sweater. I have a feeling I'm not recording this right. That's it. And it is a dream to knit. So yeah, try and find the pattern if you can. I don't even know if that magazine is out of print. But so I'm standing here in front of our Christmas tree, one of our Christmas tree. I got both Christmas trees up, had to go to a local lot. I went to 2 different lots because I wanted a flock tree for in here in the living room. And the lot we got the first tree for the family room they didn't have any flocked. But anyway, look right. Oh, I'm trying to do this without making you sick. That is one of my handmade ornaments from last year. A little angel and, oh, let me see. This is from Disney, and this is from Iceland. I'll spare you from having to look at all of our handmade ornaments, but this tree is our handmade tree and our travel tree. So when we travel, we get ornaments, and then our handmade ornaments are on this tree. And so, yeah, that's it. All right, I may hop back on here again as I'm editing and I feel the need to get back on and explain something. Oh, you know what? I've got to show you real quickly the tea, this mug that I'm drinking out of today. Look at that. Ruby Moss Cottage. Is that not? Oh. My sister gave this to me for my birthday, and we did not get together for so long. So I've gotten this since I recorded this podcast. I love it. I posted it on Instagram, but I don't think many people saw the Ruby Moss Cottage on the bottom. Precious. Almost spilled it on my new sweater. I hope you all are having a great holiday season, and I am so sorry I have not gotten this podcast out in time for you to knit this sweater. However, let me tell you, it is so quick to knit. You could still pop it out before Christmas. I think today is the 7th. Have at it. You can do it. You can do it. And you'll have so much fun doing it. This, I think I knit on its big needles as well. I think it was 10s or 10.5s. And it knit rather quickly. It was a very easy pattern. Very easy pattern. I just wish I knew how to tell you to get that pattern. And hopefully you can find it out there. So that is all that is in, or no, that is all that's out of my bags. All right. That will take us to what is in my bags. I am working on, and it's in this bag, knit bag by, oh, shame on me, I have to look. Paradise Island. You knew that. As soon as you saw the bag, you're going, Paradise Island. But I love this bag. There's a little zipper back here so you can put your notions in there. And it's small, so I like that I can put my notions down in there and not have to have another bag inside the bag for my notions. But I am knitting the Simple Cow, and I don't have a picture of it. This is just a pattern. This was gifted to me by one of my niches here in Charlotte for my birthday. And it's the Simple Cow, and it's Malabrigo yarn. Let me see if there's any. Malabrigo Rios Pure Merino Superwash. So I am knitting, and I think this is just beautiful yarn. This is what the yarn looks like. But this is going to be the cowl. You can see it's a real simple pattern, but it's just pretty. So I think that's going to be very pretty with denim jacket or something. And it feels squishy. So yeah, these are my Lucky needles, which I love. I'm a big Chalgu knitting needle lover. But lately I've been using these a lot. And now I'm just like, these are kind of my go-tos anymore. I don't know. I just like them. But look at those colors. They're luscious. They are just my colors. So I have not knit with Malabrigo for a while, so that was a nice little, their colors I think are always so vibrant. And it's finished. That is the stitch. I just have to block it. That's the yarn. That's what's left over. And there's my mug. Thank you, Sharnetta. So that's in my bags. And the only other thing that I'm working on is a little poof for, I have a little poof that sits at my feet, and right here, and I'm making a little skirt for that. Okay, this is the poof. Now we're going to segue into my shopping bags. And I've been very good because I went to Disney. I've been good knitting-wise, put it that way. And you know, Disney, it's expensive. But I didn't even bring the things here that I bought that because I didn't think you would really enjoy that. I did get, one thing I did get, I'm a big Alex and Ani lover. And I absolutely, why I say I'm not a lover of Disney World, I could live in not Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom. Oh, that big tree of life that's there mesmerized me. I am not kidding you, and I bet I have 25 pictures of it, different times of the day, different angles, up close, far away. I love it. So I bought an Alex and Ani that had that tree of life on it. But that was, I loved Animal Kingdom. We did the safari. Oh, I love that. Saw so many animals. And then the rides were just phenomenal there. I didn't ride a lot, but I did ride. My granddaughter called it the Lovely Ride. And it was, I don't even remember the name of it. I did take a video of us in it, so I'll try to put it. Wow, I don't remember that. Okay, more of the Nami River journey. This has been my favorite. Everything's my favorite. Look at that beauty. Oh gosh. This is our second time of riding this today. It was one of those where you sit in a little boat and you ride through it. The animation just blew my mind, and I cannot imagine the mind that creates this at that level. They cannot be human. I mean, it's just amazing. Anyway, back to my shopping bags. I was saying I spent money at Disney, and so I was so preoccupied there. I really wasn't on my computer any ordering, but I did order this bag from Bed of Roses, and it is like from her Norwegian Christmas collection, and it is beautiful. This is so gorgeous. This is red velvet, kind of reminds you of Santa's coat, and this fabric is just so simplistic and so hygge to me. It has a nice zipper, and then on the inside it's just classic. And her tag is still in here. Oh, she always sends a little stitch marker. But there's her name, Bed of Roses, and she's on Etsy. But, oh, Catherine, this is such a fabulous bag. I don't have a project in it yet. But today I plan to brainstorm and just see what I can come up with. I want to knit something else for Christmas. I really wish my mohair was here so I could start on that no-frills sweater. But, so that's in my shopping bags. She actually posted her last of this fabric. The last bag made from this fabric. I don't know if it's still in her Etsy shop, but go check her out because she has some great bags. I had a hard time deciding. It was like, oh, I want this one. Oh, but I want this one. But I don't know. I'm glad I got this. I had to. I just loved it. And another thing I bought. This maker is new to me. I stumbled across her on Etsy. She made charms and charm bracelets. So I messaged her and said, hey, look. I don't know if you're a knitter or if you know anything about the knitting world, but I would love to have some stitch markers and a progress keeper, and I would like them to be Christmas sugar cookies. And so she said, you're not the first person to ask me about this. She says, I'm not a knitter, but I have had others ask me about stitch markers. So she said, I'm going to research it, and yes, I can do it for you. And so these were in my mailbox this week, and so in love. This is why I have to have a Christmas project on the needles right away because I need to use these stitch markers. Here's the gingerbread man or woman. I don't know what. There. So there's that. Here's another Christmas cookie. It's like a melting snowman. Just see that. Can you see that, or is that too bright? There, that's better. Isn't that adorable? And then the progress keeper is a little Christmas tree cookie. So I don't think I held the gingerbread man up down there where you could see it as well. I am so in love with these. I'm almost tempted to just say, hey, make me 3 more random. Because I told her, I said, just surprise me. I don't care. I just want them to be Christmas cookies. Okay. And it's all so charming on Etsy. And it's a little West Virginia shop, which she's about 3 hours south of where I was born and raised. And it was nice to help a fellow West Virginian out. But if you go on her Etsy shop, don't be surprised if most of them are charms or earrings or necklaces. She will make custom. And these, I mean, like, I can't imagine the detail and the time that it took to go into that. And her prices are great. I cannot imagine the tediousness of the task. So glad there's people out there that like to do that little itty bitty stuff, because I am in awe of those. I am so in love with those. So that is how good I've been. No new yarn. Only 1 new bag. And I was asked a couple times if I took my new bag, my new llama, my Atenti bag to Disney. And yes, of course I did. Carried it, loved it. It holds so much. But yeah, 1 bag, that's really good for me. And then the stitch markers. And I'm pretty sure, unless I've just completely forgotten something, I'm pretty sure that that's all I bought in the knitting world, except for I did order the mohair, and it's not here yet. And I looked through my mohair, I just had nothing that I could use, or I would have used it. So I don't feel bad about that. I'm wanting a twig and horn bag so bad. I've held off for about 3 days. I was so close the other day when I was sick, and everybody was sick, and I was just, had enough sickness. I thought, this will make me feel better. And then I thought, you better. It's Christmas. Maybe you better hold off for a while. Hey, I could get us a Christmas present. Maybe. Okay. Moving right along. Book bag. Let me see. I finished up this book, When the English Fall. It is a book about an Amish man and his family. And it's his journals. And there's been like an apocalyptic event, and the electricity is out all over the world. And so they're surviving, and that's what it's about. It is a thinker. It's not a book that you want to just pick up and read and read and read and read. It's a book that I read. I probably read a chapter at a time and then would lay it back down. I pick it up, read a chapter, lay it back down. I'm glad I read it simply because it made me think about what I depend on to function in this world. And something like this did happen back, and I haven't researched this to see if their facts are accurate, but something like that did happen back in the 1800s. Well, you know, then they really weren't that enslaved to technology like we are. And so they say it is going to happen again. And I know people make fun of me when I say that. But like cars nothing that has any kind of electricity in it works. Nothing. So any cars before like any cars that were built like after 1960 something, 1950 something don't work. It's just a thinker. It makes you think. And it also made you realize how free the Amish are. They don't have the stresses that we have. While we think what we have is so grand and makes life so easy, there's a lot of stress that go with that. And then they look at us and think, why would they want that? Of course, I look at them and think, why would you want to live like that? I mean, you know, no internet, really? But it just makes you stop and think. So, saying all that, when the English fall. Then this book I'm reading right now, and it is A Knitter's Dream. I didn't know that. Our book club, we met last week, and so we wanted to read. We have a list of books that we're working through, but we said we want to read something Christmassy for the holidays, and there was nothing like that on the list. So we just sat there and Googled and came up with this book, The Christmas Sisters by Sarah Morgan. I've never read Sarah Morgan before, but this book is about knitting and quilting and snow and lodge living and Christmas, everything that's just Huga. I cannot believe it. I'm the only knitter in the book club. So I was just a couple pages in. I think I started at like Thanksgiving Day, and I text my bookies and I said, this is a knitter's dream. I mean, they talk about knitting quite a lot in here. So I would encourage you. It's the holiday season. Go this. I got this at Target. It was 20% off. The Christmas Sisters by Sarah Morgan. So it was $15.99, 20% off. You might even be able to get it cheaper than that off of Amazon. But that is a good book. Very good book. And I was raised in a family with 3 girls. So if you want a good book to read and you're a knitter, this is it. All right. I think that is all that I have. It's 37 minutes, so that's pretty average. I didn't think it would take that long. I don't have much coming up. It's Christmas. We've decided we're going to try and stay home every weekend. We were going to try to go to New York because I like to do that at Christmas. But we have a long Christmas season between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I didn't want to just start running off places and make it go fast. And I'm planning to go to Vogue Knitting Live in January. So even though it's not going to have the Christmas vibe, I love New York City any time of the year. So I will be there in November. And we just thought, you know what, let's just stay home. Let's try and make this a slower season. So that is the plan. I have nothing going on. I am toying with the idea of doing Vlogmas. You know, my life is really dull. So I don't know that I have 24 days that I could vlog every day and record. I mean, you're like, okay, she had a cup of tea and she's knitting. Big deal. I mean, some of these vloggers, I mean, the podcasters that do Vlogmas, their life is exciting. Their houses are so cute and quaint. And I know probably 90% of it is staged. I'm not the staged kind of person. I mean, I don't have time for that. I'm co-parenting grandies. I don't have time to stage anything. So it would be kind of disgusting if I come downstairs to make my tea and there's toys on the floor or dishes on the island. But it would be a shot of real life. So I'm trying to decide. I guess I have until Saturday. So this is Monday. So I have, 5 days to decide if I'm going to do Vlogmas. If I'm doing Vlogmas, you'll know this weekend. So if I do Vlogmas, that will be my podcast for the month of December. If I don't, I will be back on here in a week or so, vlogging or podcasting some more. So we'll see. You'll either get little snippets of me every day, or you'll get another 45-minute segment or two before Christmas, but we'll see how that all turns out. Until then, I hope you all have fun doing your Christmas knitting. I'm not doing any Christmas knitting this year. I've done it for the last few years, and it's stressful, and it's no matter how far in advance I think I am ready for this, I'm always putting something off, and Christmas Eve I'm sitting there knitting like a crazy woman. So I'm not doing any Christmas knitting this year. It's just whatever I feel like knitting, I'm knitting. So if you are Christmas knitting, have fun. And you know what? I am sitting in a different corner of my nook. Yes, I redid my nook again. I do that. When my grandson was taken to the ER the other morning. She said, there's no need to come to the hospital. I will let you know. I'll keep you updated. I'm the type of person, whenever I've got something going that's got me a little antsy or a little nervous, I've got to be doing something. I cannot sit and just stare, or else my mind goes crazy. So I just started emptying the room and moving furniture from room to room. And so, yes, my nook is reworked. This is the window that looks out my front door, the front of the cottage. And then I've got all of my yarn here. So it's nice to kind of sit here and just look at my yarn. And I took a shot of my view from this point, from sitting here, of what I see. I'll try and put that in. Yeah, I'm drinking today, in case you're caring. This is something from Disney, Merry and Bright and Mickey Mouse, and it's the double dark chocolate mate by the Republic of Tea. So it's good. I'm a chocolate lover, and it's very good chocolate tasting. That's it. That's it for a bit. I have nothing else to talk about. So instead of boring you and rambling, I'm going to let you go. And I'm going to, let's see. Oh, I've got the laundry to do and then Grandy's to feed. So enjoy your holiday season. I may see you on Vlogmas, or I just may see you on another podcast. But remember, in all you do, take it one stitch at a time. Hey everybody, welcome to the Fetty Hospital.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Fetty Hospital.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Fetty Hospital.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the cottage. Wow, a lot has been going on around here. I am so glad you come back to spend some time with me.